Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear, watching as it holds you back from living the life you truly desire? Or maybe you've wondered why some people seem to move forward confidently while others remain stuck in their anxieties. Today's audiobook summary will show you exactly how to cultivate courage in the face of fear, based on the profound wisdom of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh's book, Fear, a powerful guide to overcoming uncertainties and personal terrors. If you find value in this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe to Audiobook Focus. Now, let's dive straight into this direct, no-fluff summary designed to give you the most important insights in under 15 minutes. Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Buddhist monk and peace activist, approaches fear not as an enemy to be conquered, but as a teacher to be understood. Through his own experiences during the Vietnam War and decades of helping others overcome their deepest anxieties, he shares practical wisdom that anyone can apply to transform their relationship with fear. His unique perspective comes from combining ancient Buddhist wisdom with modern psychological insights, making his teachings particularly relevant for our fast-paced, anxiety-filled world. At the heart of his teaching lies a powerful truth. Fear itself isn't the problem. It's our reaction to fear that causes suffering. When we run from fear or try to suppress it, we only make it stronger. Instead, Han teaches us to embrace fear with mindful awareness, much like welcoming an old friend who has something important to tell us. He explains that fear is actually a form of energy that can be transformed into something positive, just as a skilled gardener can transform compost into beautiful flowers. The author shares a moving story from his time during the Vietnam War, when bombs were falling around his monastery. Instead of panicking, he and his fellow monks practiced mindful breathing and walking meditation. This simple act of staying present with their fear, rather than being consumed by it, helped them maintain clarity and peace even in life-threatening situations. This experience taught him that fear can actually become a catalyst for deeper spiritual growth and understanding. Han explains that most of our fears are rooted in our tendency to live in either the past or the future, rather than the present moment. We worry about past mistakes repeating themselves or future disasters that haven't happened yet. Through mindfulness practice, we learn to anchor ourselves in the present moment, where we often find that everything is actually okay right now. This insight alone can dramatically reduce the power that fear holds over us. Think about the last time you felt intense fear. Maybe it was before a public presentation, during a job interview, or while facing a major life change. Han explains that these moments of fear are actually opportunities for growth. Just as a muscle grows stronger through resistance training, our courage develops through mindfully facing our fears. He shares the story of a student who was terrified of public speaking, but learned to use mindful breathing to transform her fear into focused energy that actually improved her presentations. The book introduces a revolutionary approach to handling fear through the practice of mindfulness. Rather than trying to control or eliminate fear, Han teaches us to acknowledge it with gentleness and curiosity. He explains this using the metaphor of a garden. Fear is like a seed that's been planted in our consciousness. Instead of trying to dig it out forcefully, which only disturbs the soil more, we learn to take care of our mental garden through mindful breathing and awareness. This involves recognizing that our fears often come from deep-rooted habits of thinking and perceiving that can be gradually transformed through patient, consistent practice. One of the most practical tools Han offers is the stop, breathe, smile technique. When fear arises, we first stop whatever we're doing. Then we take 3 mindful breaths, feeling the air enter and leave our body. Finally, we offer ourselves a gentle smile. This simple practice helps break the automatic cycle of panic and allows us to respond to fear with clarity and wisdom. He emphasizes that the smile is particularly important because it sends a message to our nervous system that we're safe, helping to activate our natural relaxation response. The author introduces the concept of interbeing, the understanding that we're all interconnected. This insight can help us face our fears with more courage because we realize we're never truly alone in our struggles. He shares how this understanding helped him maintain hope and courage during his exile from Vietnam, knowing that his work and practice were supporting others, even when he couldn't be physically present with them. Han also discusses the importance of understanding our ancestors' fears and how they might influence our own. He explains that many of our fear patterns are inherited from our family and culture, and by becoming aware of these inherited fears, we can begin to transform them not just for ourselves, but for future generations. This gives our work with fear a larger purpose and meaning. The author emphasizes that courage isn't the absence of fear, but rather the ability to act with wisdom in its presence. He shares stories of his students who learned to transform their fear into positive action. One student, terrified of flying, used mindful breathing to turn her flight anxiety into an opportunity for deep relaxation and self-care. Another student learned to transform his fear of failure into motivation, to prepare more thoroughly for challenges, ultimately achieving greater success in his career. Han addresses the collective fears we face as a society: fear of economic instability, climate change, or global conflicts. He shows how the same principles of mindful awareness can help us respond to these larger challenges with clarity and compassion, rather than panic or despair. He introduces the concept of collective mindfulness, how communities can work together to transform their shared fears into constructive action. The book explores the relationship between fear and anger, showing how these emotions often feed each other. Han provides specific practices for working with anger when it arises from fear, including the Embracing Anger meditation. This practice involves recognizing anger as a crying baby that needs attention and care, rather than an enemy to be fought or suppressed. Throughout the book, Han weaves together personal stories, practical exercises, and profound insights about the nature of fear and courage. He shows us that true freedom from fear doesn't come from controlling our external circumstances, but from developing a stable, peaceful presence within ourselves. This inner peace becomes our refuge in times of difficulty and uncertainty. Now, let's look at the 7 most important takeaways from the book and how you can start implementing them today. First, practice mindful breathing. Whenever you feel fear arising, stop and take 3 conscious breaths. Feel your belly rise and fall. You can start this practice right now, wherever you are. Han recommends setting regular reminders throughout the day to take mindful breaths, gradually building this into a habit that will support you when fear arises. Second, use the body scan technique. When fear appears, bring gentle attention to different parts of your body, noticing where you hold tension. This helps bring you back to the present moment instead of getting lost in fearful thoughts about the future. Start at your toes and slowly move up through your body, spending a few moments with each area. This practice can be especially helpful before bed or first thing in the morning. Third, transform fear through writing. Keep a fear journal where you dialogue with your fears. Write down what you're afraid of, then respond to that fear with understanding and compassion, just as you would comfort a friend. Make this a regular practice, perhaps spending 10 minutes each evening reflecting on and writing about your fears and how you worked with them during the day. Fourth, build a mindfulness community. Connect with others who practice mindfulness, either in person or online. Having support makes it easier to maintain your practice when fear feels overwhelming. Look for local meditation groups, online forums, or even start a small group with friends who are interested in working with fear mindfully. Fifth, practice regular mindful walking. Take slow, conscious steps while breathing naturally. This simple practice helps ground you in the present moment and builds your capacity to stay steady in the face of fear. Try incorporating mindful walking into your daily routine, even if it's just for a few minutes during your lunch break or while walking to your car. 6. Develop loving kindness practice. Regularly send thoughts of peace and well-being to yourself and others, including those who trigger fear in you. This helps transform the energy of fear into the energy of love and compassion. Start with yourself, then gradually extend these wishes to others, including difficult people in your life. 7th, create mindful rituals. Establish simple daily practices that help you stay grounded and present. This might include lighting a candle, brewing tea mindfully, or spending a few moments in silence before starting your day. These rituals become anchors that help you stay steady when fear arises. If you've made it to the end of this summary, you're already showing courage by facing your fears head-on. The complete audiobook is linked in the description below if you want to dive deeper into these transformative practices. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and comment "Fearless" below to let me know you're ready to cultivate courage in your life. I'll do my best to like each and every one of your comments. Until next time, remember that every step taken mindfully is a step toward freedom from fear.